right, yeah! Thank God for fantasy football. I'm Buster Brown, and the show is called Redemption Rehab. Today, we're taking a look at the rookies coming in to the 2026 NFL Draft that are going to impact fantasy football this year and for years to come. So buckle up, get out your popcorn, and let's head over to the chalkboard
and check out the facts.
Okay, here we are taking a look at the 2026 rookie wide receivers that are going to impact fantasy football heading into the NFL Draft this April. Behind me on the screen is a company we've used for a long time, DraftTech.com. When you get a chance, you gotta check them out. They're going to rank the wide receivers in the order they will be taken in this year's NFL Draft, starting with this guy. How about Carnell Tate out of Ohio State? He played there 3 years. He's 6'2", 192-pound junior. He played behind some really good receivers while he was there. How about Jeremiah Smith, who should be the first wide receiver in next year's draft, and Emeka Egbuka down there at Tampa Bay. Carnell Tate, he's a big play receiver. He's got a lot of downfield potential. He's a big play guy. He ran a 4.53 40-yard dash at the Combine. In his 3 years at Ohio State, Carnell Tate may have played behind some great players, but he is a very good wide receiver in his own right. He helped win a national championship in 2024. He played in 39 games where he had 121 receptions for 1,872 yards for a 15.5-yard average with 14 TDs. He ran the ball twice for 22 yards. That's an 11-yard average. His strengths, well, he's a good hands receiver. He can track the ball well, especially on the deep ball downfield. He's a good route runner with exceptional ball tracking skills. He's got very reliable hands. He's a vertical threat downfield with great body control. He's a high-level, pro-ready type of receiver, and he has a full understanding of how to get open in zone coverages. His contested catch rate is the highest I've ever seen of any rookie. It's around 85%. That means when he goes up to catch the ball, about 85% of the time, when he goes up against a cornerback, he comes down with it. You won't see another receiver we talk about today even close to that. That's an amazing stat. But he does have some weaknesses. Carnell Tate is an average receiver when it comes to speed. He is lean. He lacks ideal mass and strength. He is average in yards after catch, which we like to see in our rookie wide receivers is what they call YAC, yards after catch. You'll hear that a lot today. He struggles with press coverage, getting off the line of scrimmage. You're going to hear that a lot today. And he struggles in blocking. We want to see our young rookie wide receivers blocking in the NFL, and he's not doing that very well. Carnell Tate will be taken probably in the top 20 picks in the NFL Draft. In your dynasty leagues, well, he's easily a first-round pick in all your dynasty rookie drafts. In all your redraft leagues, he will be taken in all your redraft leagues, definitely around the midway point in all your drafts, depending upon who takes him in the NFL. He's a very good wide receiver. He does not return kickoffs, and he does not return punts. We're going to talk about some players today that do. It makes their draft potential a little bit higher, but it really doesn't affect their fantasy football. I'll tell you what, you know who else I like in this draft? Is this guy here. How about Makai Lemon out of USC? He played 3 years at USC. He's 5'11", 192-pound junior. He was known as a quarterback's best friend at USC. He won the 2025 Fred Biletnikoff Award as the nation's best receiver, and he was a consensus All-American along with wide receiver Skylar Bell out of Connecticut. He was also All Big Ten. Those are some big awards. In 2025, he finished in the Big Ten number 2 with 79 receptions and 1,156 yards. In 2024, he was second in the Big Ten in kickoff returns with 514 yards and a 27-yard average. He also returns punts. He had 6 punt returns in his career for 71 yards. That's an 11.8-yard average. He ran a 4.46 at his pro day. He's primarily a slot receiver, but don't limit him to just that role. He only played there 65 to 70% of the time. Otherwise, he was a wide receiver out wide. Kai Lemon, in his 3 years at USC, played in 33 games. He had 137 receptions for 2,008 yards with a 14.7-yard average and only 14 touchdowns. Slot receivers rarely catch a lot of touchdowns in the NFL, but they do catch a ton of passes. That's important for those point-per-reception leagues. He also returns kickoffs. He had 32 kickoff returns in college for 752 yards. That's a 23.5-yard average. He will be a top 20 pick in the NFL draft. He will be a first-round pick in all your Dynasty Rookie League drafts. And he will be taken in all your redraft leagues, probably around the midway point, along with some of these rookies we mentioned today. His strengths? Well, he's got exceptional hands and quickness, and he plays well against zone and men coverage. He's a very strong blocker, which is very important in the NFL. He's got also very good yard after catch, yak. We love that with this guy. He has a contested catch rate of around 57 to 66%. His weaknesses, well, he's got a small frame. He's limited catch radius. He struggles against taller physical cornerbacks. And like most of these rookie receivers, he struggles with press coverage. It kind of reminds me, when you look at this guy, you're thinking of players that played in the past out of the slot. How about Jarvis Landry? You remember him? How about Danny Amendola, like Wes Welker? That's Micaiah Lemon. That's him. I'll tell you what, I hate to compare players to other players, but I just want to try to give you an idea of who these guys resemble going into the NFL draft. Another guy we really like, this could be my favorite wide receiver in this draft. How about Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State? He's 6'2", 203 pounds. He played 4 years in college, 1 at Colorado, 3 years at Arizona State. His brother Jalen Tyson plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers NBA basketball team. Jordan Tyson, he's an exciting player. He's one of my favorite players in this draft. In his career, he had 33 games. He caught 158 passes for 2,082 yards and a 14.4-yard average and a whopping 22 touchdowns. Most of these things happened in the last 2 years and in the last 21 games. He's a big-time playmaker. He does not return kickoffs, but he did return 4 punts early in his career with a 32-yard average while at Colorado. His strengths, well, he could play any wide receiver position in the slot or out wide. He has versatility. He's an elite route runner with sudden separation skills because of his size and strength. How about 26 reps at 225 pounds on the bench? He ran a 4.45 40-yard dash, and he has a large frame with playmaking ability. He's a strong blocker, which we like to hear. He's definitely got star potential and big play talent at wide receiver. But everybody has weaknesses. He is injury prone. He was injured in 2022, 2024, and 2025, but in 2023, he missed the entire season with an injury. He plays aggressive. Sometimes that leads to injury, and he needs to improve ball security and drop rate. It's a little high right now, but I think you're going to find this kid's going to get those things under control as he becomes a professional in the NFL. He'll be a top 20 pick for sure. He will be an early first-round pick in all your dynasty rookie drafts. In all your redraft leagues, I look for him to go midway point of all your redrafts. And one thing you got to know about this kid is he was coached at Arizona State by Hines Ward, the former Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiver, so you know he can block and you know he can run good routes. That's a plus for Jordan Tyson. Who else do we like? Well, I got to tell you what, man. This kid's dad played in the NFL. How about Denzel Boston out of Washington? He played 4 years at Washington. He's 6'4", 212-pound redshirt junior. He only had 2 very good seasons, but he has a ton of potential in the NFL. He did not participate in the combine, and speed is a question mark because he didn't run a 40-yard dash for anybody. That's a concern. In 43 games in 4 years at Washington, he had 132 receptions for 1,781 yards. That's a 13.5-yard average. But like I said, most of that occurred in just 2 years. He does return punts, but not kickoffs. He had 25 punt returns for 212 yards. That's an 8.5-yard average and 1 TD. His strengths, well, it's definitely his size. He's an elite contested catch rate at 61%. He has a massive catch radius, strong hands. His size is used to separate from defenders, but he doesn't create separation otherwise. He's a willing blocker that needs improvement. He can break tackles, and he has physical play that allows him to get yards after catch. His weakness? Well, when you don't run the 40, you're basically telling people you're not very fast. We have no idea how fast he is, but on the field, he plays big. Despite his size, he struggles, like everybody we talk about today, against press coverage at the line of scrimmage from physical cornerbacks. His route tree at Washington, well, that was limited too. We really like to see the whole route tree that he'll have to do in the NFL, but he didn't get that in Washington. He is probably an end of the first round pick in the NFL draft. He's definitely a first round pick in all your rookie dynasty league drafts. And in your redraft leagues, it will just depend upon where he's drafted and who he has to compete against on the team. He's definitely going to need some time to develop. Like I said, man, this kid, when you get around the end zone, he uses his body to help get up there, get the ball. I mean, it's 6'4", and he uses his body to keep the defender away from the ball. Who else do we like? I tell you what, this guy right here is another guy I really like. How about Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana? He's 6 foot, 199 pounds. He played for the Indiana Hoosiers, who he helped win a national championship in 2025, along with his wide receiver teammate, who we'll talk about at a later point, Elijah Sarrett, another good wide receiver on the same team. But we're talking about Omar Cooper Jr. In his career, he played in 42 games. He had 115 receptions for 1,798 yards. That's a 15.6-yard average with a whopping 22 touchdowns. He also runs the ball because he's a versatile player. He ran the ball 5 times for 97 yards, and that was a 19.5-yard average with another 2 touchdowns. And he returns kicks. He returned 4 kicks for 63 yards. That's a 15-point-yard average. He doesn't return punts. He ran a 4.42 40-yard dash at the combine. His strengths, well, I'll tell you what, he has elite acceleration. He has strong hands. He's got exceptional yard after catch, or yak. He's a tackle-breaking wide receiver, and he has high contested catch rate, which is something we want to see out of all our wide receivers. He plays both slot receiver and out wide, and he has a very low drop weight of 4.2%. He's a tenacious blocker. He's a solid all-around player. Get a load of some of these stats. He forced missed tackles at a rate of 39% on all his receptions. 19% of all of his catches were touchdowns. And he only had 5 drop passes on 171 targets. His weakness? Well, at Indiana, they didn't need him to run a lot of routes, so his route tree is small, and he lacks top-end speed to get open down the field. He struggles, along with all these wide receivers, at physical play at the line of scrimmage, and he has shown inconsistent effort over the course of a game. In the NFL, well, he should be a late first-round pick or early second-round pick on day 2 of the NFL draft. In your dynasty leagues, he's a solid first-round pick in all your dynasty rookie drafts, and he will be drafted in every redraft league depending upon where he gets drafted in the NFL. Look, the Indiana Hoosiers won a national championship because they had good players. This kid was one of them. You need to know who he is. And another guy you need to know who he is that's going to impact fantasy football this year is this guy. How about Kevin Concepcion? He played 3 years in college, 2 years at North Carolina State, 1 year at Texas A&M. He's 6 foot, 196-pound junior. He's considered a multi-talented contributor. He was tied for first in the SEC for touchdowns at 9, and he was a consensus All-American in 2025 as a special teams player. Why? Well, in 2025, he returned 25 punts for 456 yards with an 18.2-yard average and 2 touchdowns. He does not return kickoffs. In 38 games, he had 185 receptions for 2,218 yards. That's a 12-yard average and 25 touchdowns. That's huge. He also rushed the ball 70 times for 431 yards. That's a 6.2-yard average with another 3 TDs. His strengths, well, Concepcion is a dynamic, technically refined wide receiver known for his elite route running and quick acceleration and yards after catch. He has this really short area quickness that makes him hard to cover, and he varies against press coverage. Sometimes he's really good at it. Sometimes he struggles with it like all these wide receivers. He could play wide receiver or he could play slot receiver. It just depends on what is needed of him, and he creates his own separation while running down the field. His contested catch rate was 66%, which is very high. So I tell you what, his weaknesses, well, he's got a big problem that most of these receivers don't have. He drops about 10% of the balls that are thrown to him. That's not very good. And he struggles with cornerbacks that have bigger size and are strong in press coverage. In the NFL, he should be a late first round or most likely a day 2 pick. He will also go in the first round of all your dynasty rookie drafts, and in all your redraft leagues, he should go, depending upon who drafts him, later in your redraft leagues. There you have it. Those are some rookies that are going to impact fantasy football in the 2026 NFL draft coming up this year in April. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to catch what we do with all of our rookies that are going to impact fantasy football this year. I'm Buster Brown. The show is called Redemption Rehab. Good luck.